1 in 5 children in America is at risk of hunger, and too often their parents and caregivers struggle to put healthy meals on the table. At the end of the month, there's just not enough food in the fridge and not enough money to buy more. Low-income parents say that the cost of groceries is their biggest barrier to making healthy, home-cooked meals. But healthy food doesn't have to break the bank. Smart shopping skills can help put nutritious meals in reach for more families.
We're definitely going to get some new tips and skills. Some are going to come from me, but a lot of them are going to come from all of us.
Share Our Strengths Cooking Matters at the Store is a free grocery store tour that helps low-income families learn simple tips and tricks to buy healthy food. It's part of the No Kid Hungry campaign, which is ending childhood hunger in America by connecting children with healthy food where they live, learn, and play.
The Good Shepherd Food Bank's Cooking Matters Maine program brings Cooking Matters at the Store tours to Maine. Every store tour, regardless of where it takes place and how, focuses on 4 key food skills. And we practice these together to empower individuals to stretch their food dollars. These 4 key skills are how to read food labels, how to compare unit prices, how to find whole grain foods, and identifying 3 ways to purchase produce. Cooking Matters at the Store tours can occur in 3 ways. The first way is the traditional store tour, which is when a facilitator walks around the store with a group and talks about the different products that they find along the way. A second way is the pop-up store tour that uses props and can occur at any location to alleviate accessibility issues and to provide store tours where people already are. And the third way is the event day model, in which participants can come from anywhere, it is open to the public, and they have a self-guided tour of 4 stations that deliver the content around the store. A facilitator is stationed at each table and delivers that content as the groups come by. This training video is about the event day model specifically, and we will focus on how the event day model works, highlights for each of the stations at the event day, how to facilitate stations in general, tips and tricks for making your station work well, what to bring to the event day, and your next steps for preparing for the event day, and specifically how to prepare for your station. Here are some highlights of the event day model. Event days occur in the state of Maine at Hannaford locations. We open to the public by having them be at places that are 50% free and reduced lunch or more. The tours are self-guided, so participants use a passport and can visit each station at their own pace. Facilitators discuss the content and focus on practicing the 4 key food skills. Your role is to be the facilitator, and that is what this video focuses on. The first station is a registration station. This is at the front of the store. The facilitator at this station introduces participants to the event day and how to participate. They describe the 4 stations of the different food groups and that there's a checkout station at the end. They also provide passports to begin the tour. Participants can start at any station, but they usually start with the produce station. Here are some highlights of each of the stations. Produce focuses on the fruits and vegetables food groups. A highlight is always the sample, peach salsa and chips. There are 3 objectives to the produce station. The main one is to focus and discuss on the pros and cons of the different forms of fruits and vegetables in the store. These are fresh, frozen, and canned. And our goal is to get participants to think about the different ways in which choosing those different forms can save money and enable them to get half fruits and vegetables on their plates at home. This is part of identifying ways of purchasing fruits and vegetables on a budget. And this can include bulk purchasing by comparing unit prices or purchasing the fruits and vegetables in different forms, both seasonally and depending on what's least expensive. The next station is typically the grain station, and this station is all about identifying whole grain foods. To do this, we practice reading food labels together by focusing on the ingredients list and finding the word whole in the first ingredient. The grain station is also about comparing prices and about discussing ways to save money on whole grain foods. The protein station is about proteins around the store. The station is typically set up near the meat and discusses lean protein options. It also discusses unit prices, and participants can practice comparing prices on different products using unit price comparison. Finally, the protein station focuses on alternative proteins and budget-friendly protein options. They can either be added to meat or can be included separately from meat. It also includes discussion of recipes that might stretch meat or stretch protein sources. A highlight is the quinoa and lentil salad sample. Finally, the dairy station focuses on reading food labels for both sugar and for making a transition to lower fat dairy foods. The dairy station is also a great place to practice unit price comparison, for instance with yogurt. A highlight is always a sample of the Greek yogurt ranch dip with carrot sticks. Once participants have completed all 4 of the content stations in any order, they are welcome to proceed to the checkout station. This is a station where they present their passport and complete a survey and a waiver. And after that, they receive a $10 Hannaford gift card, a grocery bag from Hannaford, and a Cooking Matters recipe booklet that includes the content tips and the 4 key food skills from all the stations. Finally, we also put a copy of all the recipes in the bags. Now that we have covered what event days are and the highlights of each station, we will move on to the key strategies and skills that will allow for successfully facilitating event day stations in general. Focus on skills with the group and not questions of specific products and whether to buy them. It's also important to use open-ended dialogue techniques to encourage discussion. One key way to do this is to ask what questions. For instance, what have you heard about whole grains? Or, what proteins do you enjoy? The following is a video produced by Share Our Strength, showing how a tour facilitator can encourage active dialogue and conversation among participants.
Ask the participants to share what they know. You might be an expert on nutrition, on budgeting, on cooking, but they are the experts on their individual lives.
Do you have any questions?
I get WIC benefits, and I'd like to know how can I use my WIC benefits here.
Okay. Does anybody know anything about WIC benefits?
Yeah, I do now.
You do?
I used to receive those some months ago.
You might be asked questions that either you don't know the answer at that time or that are beyond your scope. For example, someone asks you a medical question. That would be something you would refer back to their treating physician. If it's something you're not certain of, don't be afraid to tell them you're not certain. You would check it out and get back with them upon your next meeting.
It's important to cover all the talking points with each participant. If Participants are arriving during a conversation with a participant that's ongoing. Don't hesitate to ask for those new participants to go on to another station where there's no one currently. Here are some ways you can come prepared for the event day. At Cooking Matters, we're committed to you having the best experience at the event day. Feel free to ask us questions anytime and follow up from these videos. We encourage you to watch the corresponding video that's specific to your station and also review the talking points in the guide. Please come prepared with a few simple items to make your stay more comfortable. One is a watch. Hannaford has a policy against cell phones for its employees, and we try to respect this by encouraging all of us to wear watches instead. This will allow you to keep track of time and know when it's time to take a break. Also, if you're in the protein or dairy stations, it's usually pretty cold. Make sure to bring a jacket. And a water bottle also helps over the course of those 2 hours. Thank you so much for being an Event Day volunteer with us. We welcome your feedback and we're especially excited to work with you at the Event Day. Thank you very much.